to 3 minutes in order to accommodate as many people as time permits. The chair reserves the right to limit the number of speakers on the same topic to 3. All speakers must be at least 18 years of age or enrolled in high school in the Lynn Public Schools District and having discussed their views with a student government representative. The chair reserves the right to rule the speaker out of order if they feel that the speaker's comments are personal in nature. If a speaker's comments are directed at a school committee member or a member of school administration in attendance, that member, through the chair, may address the individual. And I have a list here, and the first is Maura Schur, and if you could just state your name and address.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for letting me come speak. I appreciate all that you do for the city. My name is Maura Schur. I live at 99 Range Heights in Lynn. I'm the president of the LSAA Association, the Lynn Schools Administrators Association. I represent 212 administrators currently working in Lynn Public Schools District. I have been employed by the City of Lynn Public Schools for the past 27 years and currently hold the position of Custom Project Manager of the Data Assessment and Accountability Department. The Lynn Schools Administrators Association was formed to unite administrators into one organization for mutual support and protection and advocacy of common interest. That common interest is our students and their future. The LSAA, the LTU, the LPS administrators, the mayor, the school committee members, we're all here for the best interest of our school, of our students in our schools, which is paramount. LSAA members are providing needed services and direct services and support to our schools and students. The LSAA members are an integral part of our building's day-to-day operations in district offices in every school building in the district. Many of our LSAA members are educators that have direct and meaningful interaction with students to assist them with academics, social emotional wellness, postgraduate, and many other home or school issues. Lynn Public Schools is in the middle of a budget process for SY26, and we've been informed of a projected multi-million-dollar deficit. We don't have all the specifics on the plan, but we have been made aware of potential significant cuts. The most concerning is the cut to our personnel. Any reduction to our staff will result in student suffering. As this budget process unfolds, we urge you to look at any other way to close the gap without cutting personnel. We are here to work with you and help meet the constraints of the budget and keep the buildings functioning at an optimum level. Thanks for your time. Anything I didn't use in time, the next person has a longer list than I do, so he's going to need a little bit of that, so be kind. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The next person is Matt Wilkins. You can state your name and address, please.
Well, thank you, Maura, for allocating your time. Good evening. My name is Matt Wilkins. I live at 6 Otis Street. I'm here tonight as a Lynn resident and proud member of the Lynn School Administrators Association. I acknowledge I'm speaking tonight as school budgetary rumors and speculation swirl around us. Nevertheless, I feel that we LPS educators need to speak up. We have no choice. Rumors and speculation are the result of minimal communication, fear, and anxiety. I'm also fully aware that budget cuts are a likely reality in this current political environment and economic upheaval. When it comes to the budget, I only ask that you consider the least possible impact on those educators who, on a daily basis, directly face students in a classroom or in an actual school setting. Please consider the least possible impact on those educators who directly assist students with learning, social emotional well-being, postgraduate planning, and any other student issues related to school or the home. Please consider the least possible impact on those educators who ensure the safety and security of students and staff, some of them being your own loved ones and friends. I'm not one to just throw out the pandemic as an excuse or a crutch for whatever problems we continue to face, but we do continue to face numerous pandemic-related problems. As Secretary of Education Patrick Tutwiler said at the February 28th DESE meeting, and I quote, "What Mayor Nicholson said about the pandemic in Lynn is real, and I was there, and I saw it, and I experienced it," end quote. I cannot emphasize enough that we need frontline student-facing educators to combat the problems we continue to face. We need teachers to have smaller class sizes. We need school clinicians and guidance counselors with manageable caseloads. We need monitors to ensure building security and student safety. And we need school clinical directors and department heads to provide the resources and supports to help all these student-facing educators resolve student issues, deliver the curriculum, efficiently operate all aspects of a school, and meet the never-ending and ever-changing demands of all local, state, and national educational mandates. We, and I mean everyone in the Lynn Public Schools, wants to support our district strategic plan, particularly its vision statement. Quote, the Lynn Public Schools commits to supporting the intellectual, vocational, academic, and social-emotional success of all our students. I fear the rumored budgetary cuts will have an adverse effect on every part of this vision. I'd like to share some quotes that I came across as I prepared my remarks. Quote, teachers aren't just the pillars of our community, they're the backbone of our community. Quote, our students and staff should be able to go to school and feel safe in the environment that they have to go to every day. And if they don't, it is our responsibility to fix that. Quote, I will continue supporting our health and wellness initiative to improve the mental health of students and staff. I will continue to have the best interests of the students, represent the parents, and listen to the teachers' voices. Quote, though we have come to some agreements with the Lynn Teachers Union about how to make class sizes smaller, it's time to implement some strategies to do just that. Our students and educators deserve class sizes that are manageable. Quote, improving our social emotional capabilities and being able to address the inequities of our students and families will be a focus area of my campaign this time around. We need to ensure and address the mental health concerns of students, families, and staff that they face in the Lynn Public Schools. Those quotes are direct statements made by you, the Lynn School Committee, and your Lynn Community Television videos during the last election. Respectfully, I ask you to honor your campaign promises that you made to the students, teachers, and parents of Lynn. I'm asking you, in our current environment, to make and support decisions that save the jobs of those educators who face students every day, and save the jobs of those educators in an actual school setting who provide the necessary support to ensure a safe and successful learning environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Next, we have Kara Zubricki.
Good evening. My name is Kara Zubricki. I live at 75 Den Quarry Road here in Lynn. That's a tough act to follow. I have nothing prepared, which is out of character for me, and I'm speaking at open mic, which is also out of character for me. But I see the need because in the wake of some recent cuts, and after hearing about other possible cuts, I stand in solidarity with my colleagues, many of whom are in the classroom and all of whom support teachers who work directly with students. They care deeply about these students, and students need compassionate, competent adults in front of them, helping them, guiding them, caring for them. And in closing, I just ask that before you make any additional cuts, that you think long and hard about the impact that it will have on those who matter most, or the students. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wishing to speak at open mic? Anyone else for open mic? Yep. All right. Please state your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Asanam Forchap, and I'm a senior at Lynn High School. And I wanted to use my time here today to recognize and sort of give input on some of the progress being made, especially for student representation on important decisions. Within the last school committee meeting, there was an announcement of the creation of a student school committee board. And I, first of all, wanted to acknowledge and thank everyone on this board for listening to the demands that us students have been making here consistently for months and speaking about, and we thank you guys for taking them seriously. But one of the reasons why this school started this advocacy work was for particularly the sake of representations and student having direct input on the decisions that affect us. And we've heard updates on sports funding, access to materials, but this particular creation of the school committee, the student school committee board, is very important to us. With the creation of this board, we hope it's not a tool for appeasement or propaganda to satisfy the masses, but rather an actual platform where student input leads to direct change and action. We truly hope it becomes a channel of concrete student voice and representation across all Lynn Public Schools. Additionally, we hope that some of the fundamental issues that are currently being addressed by us students, such as access to transportation, funding for school clubs and programs, or even how to form a stronger community, can be taken up by the students on this board. If this board recalls, one of our original requests at the start of our campaign was a student task force that specifically focused on extracurriculars. And we particularly hope that this board will be able to handle and create true impact within some of the bounds of that original request. Although we've had a lot to learn and have encountered our fair share of mistakes and at times even felt a bit frustrated with the pace and structure of our campaign, at the end of the day, what matters most is that even if it's just by a fraction of a percent, we see genuine change within our schools and particularly for our students. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else for open mic? Anyone for open mic? Last call for open mic. Is that all right? Please state your name and address. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lillian Idowu. I live at 224 Fayette Street here in Lynn. I'm a senior at Lynn English, and I'm also with Neighbor to Neighbor. So just like Forchap said, I want to thank everyone here for listening to us and taking everything that we have to say every time we come here. And I think like 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting with the principal and the vice principal at our school, and they explained to us how the budgeting works and just gave us more knowledge about how you guys are working to help us with our extracurriculars. So I just want to thank everyone here, and we plan to meet with more principals from other schools in the district, and we just hope we can make more change together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else for open mic? All right, name and address, please.
Hi, my name is Gabe Cohen-Glinick. I'm organizer with Neighbor to Neighbor, here with our youth team tonight. Just want to echo what they've said, hoping that they're putting in work to meet with principals. We had a great meeting with Dr. Pena and Ms. Mancanillo at Lynn English, and hoping to find ways to create better channels of communication and more ways to involve students. And like they said, we're excited about the student school committee and want to find ways to collaborate in making that possible, and making that a connection for some of the work that they've been putting in. And would love, one of the things we talked about with the Lynn English principals is about having an in-school club fair every year at Lynn English, which they were really receptive to. And our group would love to see any support from the district in helping to make sure that that happens across the different public schools, so that students, and we also talked about updating the website so people know what clubs exist, how to access them. So along with some of the budgetary things that we've been coming to speak about, would love to more collaboration around those procedural things, and really appreciate what Deputy Goris' the work that she's been putting in in this area, and we'd love to combine efforts as much as possible. And also just want to say I don't want to speak for our group, but I think it's true, and I say in solidarity with the teachers who are speaking and guidance counselors who are speaking up tonight, in terms of I hear from our team all the time how important those folks are to them in their day-to-day school lives. Folks like Mr. Bigler running, multiple clubs after school, and just we want to be here in solidarity as students and teachers, and glad to be here speaking with them, as well as we know it's hard times with with all the budget cuts that are happening, but know that is where it is most important, is how it impacts the students. So thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone else for open mic? Anyone else for open mic? Last call for open mic. We will close the open mic portion of the evening, and if you are able to, please rise for a salute to the flag and remain standing for a moment of silence. If you could all please remain standing for a moment of silence. We're going to ask for a moment of silence to remember the well over 100 lives lost in the Dominican Republic due to the tragic roof collapse. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
First item is the minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes for Building and Grounds Subcommittee on March 27, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Make a motion to accept the Policy Subcommittee meeting on April 27, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Make a motion to accept the 6th regular meeting on March 27, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, appointments.
Well, I feel very honored to be able to share 3 new appointments. Jackie Gallo, would you please stand? Jackie Gallo has been awarded the Director of Early Childhood Center. Jackie has been a Lynn Public School educator for a number of years and is doing a phenomenal job with our new Early Childhood Center at Bennett Street. So,
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Mickey DiVigilio, would you please stand? I know you're here. Mickey also is a long-term educator in the Lynn Public Schools and took on the Fallon Elementary School, our therapeutic elementary school, when Nancy Conway retired. Mickey's been doing a phenomenal job this year with that program and has been awarded the director of the therapeutic school at Fallon. And Leanne Palmer, would you please stand? I knew you were here too. Leanne, as you know, we have our Teams program here at the Annex, which is projected to move to the new Virginia Barton Center at Briarcliff after April vacation. We're very excited about that move. Leanne has worked with the Teams program for a number of years and again is a long-time standing educator in Lynn and does a wonderful job with our Teams program. She has been working diligently in preparing for the approval from the Department of Ed, the preparations of the move. She's meeting with emergency personnel to plan evacuations and lockdown drills. She's doing a lot right now to get this program up and running in a positive way. She has been awarded the director of the Teams program at Virginia Barton. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations to all. Thank you so much. Next, we have some presentations, beginning with community schools.
Yes. Molly, do you want to give a little intro for them?
Yep, I'm going to invite United Way up, our partner, and our community school directors, and I believe that we have the principal of Washington, Anthony Fry, as well. I think, and is Amy here? I don't see. She was hesitant to come on up. And I think because that table is very, very small, I will stay here, but we'll be presenting together about the work that we've done with the community schools and our work going forward. And I'll give this to you.
It might be too far away from the source.
Might just need a refresh.
I'm clicking and it's not.
If I just need to refresh it or move around the room.
Oh, there we go. It's working.
All right, I'm going to stand here.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for having us back. My name is Sarah Lincoln. I lead our education team at United Way. The presence in the room, the palpability of the passion and love for students and families for this community is exactly why we're so proud to be here tonight with all of you to share an update on what we've been up to at the Ford and the Washington as part of our community school strategy here in Lynn and increasingly throughout the region and across Massachusetts. So just wanted to ground you in what are community schools. What you have on the screen in front of you is the definition of the community school strategy, and really one that works to transform the conditions of learning for young people in their schools, really activating the community in being the source of education so that young people thrive. I'm going to pass it over to Molly.
So I don't know if it's okay for me to speak without being in a mic, or should I move?
I won't hear you at home, so yeah, if you
Yeah.
can grab someone's. Yeah.
I'll just jump in. Sorry.
It might.
I'm awkward with this. Could you? Oh, thank you. Thank you. So we're very proud of our district strategic plan, and you'll notice a lot of the themes in the community school mission is much like ours from the district strategic plan, which was referenced earlier during open mic. I think it's worth reading it because it really grounds the work that we do and the decisions that we have to make going forward. The Lynn Public Schools commits to providing our students with a safe, inclusive learning environment that inspires and promotes individual academic and personal growth. The vision, drawing upon the strength of our community, our families, our students, and our partners. LPS commits to fulfilling the intellectual, vocational, academic, and social emotional success of all of our students. We create equitable conditions for all students to thrive in a global society. That vision is broken down into very specific priority areas. We actually have 5, but we reference 4 in regards to the community schools. So the community school model supports the work that we do. It is a through line for before, during, and after school. And in all cases, we are looking for a cohesive model that will strengthen our instructional core and ensure cultural and linguistic responsiveness. It is the equitable access to an innovative model for students who have been historically marginalized. And across all of our priorities, our missions, both the mission of the community schools, the mission of the United Way, and our personal individual missions, we seek inclusion and belonging for all. And then ultimately, as you'll see later in this presentation, the shared accountability, it comes down to data, holding ourselves accountable for the data, responding to the data, and again, always putting our students and our families, our teachers, our social workers, our educators, our partners in the center of the work that we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Molly. Hello, everyone. My name is Renee Omalade. I am the Senior Director of Educational Strategies at the United Way. So this is a national community schools framework that we use to operationalize our work. And what you see right in the center is that all students flourishing and thriving is why we do this work, which Molly mentioned is in direct alignment with the LPS vision. I'll call our attention just to 2 parts of this graphic. The lighter blue rings, which are the key practices, really highlight how this work is done within the school communities. What we know is that for young people to be successful, it's not just about academic rigor. It's not just about partnerships. It's not just about resources. It's about all of those things being interconnected and activated to high quality. The other thing that I'll bring your attention to is the dark blue ring, which is the rubber band that really holds all of this work. And if we think particularly about strategic partnerships, the community school strategy really provides a condition and a place for multiple stakeholders to come together: business leaders, nonprofits, teachers unions, community advocates, partners, and families to really come together to support the school. So on the next slide, we just talk about this. This is why it's an equity strategy. This is why it's really an opportunity for us to address inequitable practices and disrupt the systems. And we say systems because these are not just one-off things. These are things that have historical impacts on our communities. I think someone mentioned earlier the impact of COVID-19 on our students and families. And so it is an equity strategy. If we look at the next slide, you know, the leaders doing this work, Amy and Nina, who you'll hear from later, are really taking a research-based, evidence-based approach to how they lead this work in their school communities. They are collecting the data to inform how they bring in partnerships and resources into their school communities. And on the next slide, you'll just see just a detailed breakdown in terms of how they actually implement that process. And the United Way is here to just partner with them to kind of go through this very innovative work, because schools are designed for instruction. They're designed for teaching and learning, and really it does take a lot of innovation. And we really appreciate our school leaders, Anthony and Amy, for really, really embracing this complex and innovative work that's happening in the school system. So I believe the next slide will invite up Amy and Nina to talk about a little bit of their work over the last year.
My name's Amy Kruniak. I'm the Community School Director at Ford Elementary School. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
Now,
Hi, Nina Cullenhamza, Dr. Nina Cullenhamza, Community School Director at Washington STEM.
So Nina and I both compiled our AOA reports. This reflects, as Renee had mentioned, the data for the last school year.
AOA stands for Assets and Opportunities Assessment.
And it's hard to believe that we stood before you probably over a year ago when we were very new to this. So it's very exciting to, report out the progress of the first year. As you can see, we've tracked enrollment over the years. We've conducted the in-depth parent interviews, which you'll see later. We've had, direct response to what we heard from parents about what they want to see at the school level. You'll see last year, we started with 2 partnerships at Ford and then ended the school year with 6. Now we have about 29 partnerships, which I'll touch on later. And then in the middle is quotes from parents that I had met with one-on-one.
Shirley can go to the next slide. Thank you. So at Washington also, we embarked upon the Assets and Opportunities Assessment and took the opportunity to meet with several parents. And like at Ford, there were several themes that arose. Parents wanted more after-school opportunities for their children. They wanted English language instruction opportunities for themselves, access to food and other resources. And we've been fortunate to grow our partners also. Started with a few, and at the end of last year, we went from 4 to 12, and we're probably in the 20s now also. Lots of folks are very excited about the work that we're doing, why we're doing it, and for whom we are doing it. And they are very gracious and generous in their partnership with us. We've seen a decrease in chronic absenteeism, a decrease in chronic tardyism, which we know kids need to be at school in order to learn. If they're not there, the learning is not going to happen. At Washington, we've really put a spotlight on attendance, and we've created an excellent attendance award, and we'll have a ceremony after we come back from vacation recognizing the students who demonstrated excellent attendance during term 2. Their parents are going to be invited. Mr. Fry will shake the children's hands and give them a certificate. So we want to elevate those positive things, even as we are looking at what are the root causes for chronic absenteeism, and then how can we support those. Volunteerism has also grown significantly at Washington. When we started in this role, parents were not accustomed to coming into the building, and now they feel very welcome. They share their suggestions, and they come to help with our food pantry and our community closet. And regularly, weekly, there's 20 or 30 people volunteering at school, which is wonderful. Next slide.
As mentioned, we became a part of our respective school communities. We began to see and hear firsthand emerging needs. I think that what makes the community school strategy so unique is that as a community school director, you truly become part of the school community that you are serving. That being said, we have utilized certain strategic partnerships that were in place prior to our roles being established, but we have also formed many new ones. There are additional strategic partners, but this is a snapshot. So we wanted to tease out kind of what each strategic partnership was going to address. So here you see Health and Human Services, before and after school, school and faith-based and private companies. So for Health and Human Services, we have Cradles to Crayons. We have Centerboard and the Family Resource Center, who is actually a community partner that will be speaking in the upcoming slides. We have the Greater Boston Food Bank, which is a partnership that I was able to secure through Connery. They said that they couldn't expand to Ford, but they could bring groceries over to Connery for Ford. So every month I drive over there, and DPW is so generous and donates their time and drives the groceries back to Ford, and then we distribute them there. So just we've had to get creative with our partnerships, but nonetheless they're working out.
We should clarify too that there's a difference between partners and donors. We've been very fortunate to have many people donate to us, but a partnership is reciprocal, right? So we help you, you help us. How can that be fostered in order to be beneficial to both parties?
Yeah, so for example, in speaking of partnerships, we had Premier Martial Arts come in and do a martial arts workshop with our students at Ford, but then they're running a workshop this weekend and hoping to get kids into the studio. So just kind of like, you come out to us, we'll come out to you. And then, so for finishing up Health and Human Services, Lynn Community Health Center, Safe Routes to School, for example, Ford had a relationship with prior, but since then I've re-energized that. We actually had Sarah from Safe Routes to School come out, and I believe she sent the mayor's office her arrival and dismissal report with some suggestions. They're also going to be running a street safety course for our second graders, which is important in Lynn to have great street safety. Spur has been monumental in my food distribution. They bring volunteers every month, have donated Christmas gifts, and then of course United Way. And then for before and after school, Boys and Girls Club, Campfire, which Ford was fortunate enough to secure a 21st Century Learning Grant for this school year, which Lori Hamill's here to speak a little more on that later also. Girls Inc., Girls on the Run, Greg House, New American Association of Massachusetts, Pathways, YMCA.
And some of these existed before we assumed these positions, and we've been able to work with these partners to grow the program even further. Pathways now offers an ESOL class at Washington and has started a second. The New American Association of Massachusetts has hosted a playgroup for toddlers once a week at Washington, and also runs a Haitian after-school club for our Haitian students. So it's just been growing and growing, which is wonderful. We also have been fortunate to partner with school and faith-based organizations. Washington is right beside the St. George Greek Orthodox Church, and they have been wonderfully generous to us in allowing us to park in their parking lot, which is delightful in Lynn to have guaranteed parking for teachers. It reduces teachers' anxiety as they come to school significantly, as you can imagine. They're also their Philopticus Society. It's a group of women who do philanthropic work. They come to school and volunteer once a week and do other things for us. They help in the classrooms, and they provide teacher appreciation lunches and things like that, but that's been a really lovely partnership. We also have a wonderful group of students from Lynn Tech who come about 3 times a month, 20 or 30 of them, to do community service. And this was student-driven. The students at Lynn Tech wanted to do a community service club. The originators of this graduated from Washington, and so they chose Washington. And they just walk across the street, essentially, but they do all manner of things that are wonderfully helpful. Then we're also fortunate to have the support of private companies, Stop and Shop. Previous to me starting, they'd been facilitating and providing a food pantry, financing for a food pantry for the school, $17,000 each year, and now it's at $22,500, which is wonderful. We send them a list of things, they deliver it to us via Peapod, and we have an army of parent volunteers who come and unload the van and pack the bags and distribute it to families. They've also expanded their donations to us. You know, at a grocery store, foods come to their expiration date or their best by date. And when the store can no longer sell that food, it typically goes into the dumpster. Well, I was at the store last December doing food drive. I did 3 weekends in a row doing food drives with students and parents. And the manager of the store said that he really loves the Flash Foods program, which allows people to buy food for half price when it's close to the sell-by date or it's overstocked. But then it goes into the dumpster. He said, Nina, would you think your parents would want that food? And I said, oh my goodness, absolutely. So I get a call once or twice a week to come and pick up. It could be plantains, it's bacon. Mr. Fry loves the bacon. It's all manner of things. Sometimes it's a pork roast or it's a cheese from Ireland. It's all sorts of things that would have ended up in the dumpster.
We're close to time.
Okay. But it's a wonderful partnership that has expanded just by building relationships with people.
All right,
She's telling me to stop talking.
It wasn't me. It's always Renee telling us to stop talking. Next slide, please. So as part of this venture, I came up with the idea to try to put an ROI on my personal value to Ford Elementary School. But truly, there is so much about this position as a community school director that you can't assign a monetary value to. For example, the faces of our soccer team seeing Gillette Stadium the first time, our girls on the run team training for a whole season and completing a 5K. The pride of their faces when they cross that finish line, you can't put money on that. The gratitude of a family new to the country, having their Christmas made with gift donations from Spur, can't put a value on that. And even the nickname I earned from one of my favorite students as Miss Snacky, because I'm always eating in my office. You can't put a value on that. But I tried. So this slide captures that monetary value. You'll see here we broke it down into in-kind donations, public grants, corporate donations, private grants and fundraisers. So for the in-kind donations, this includes items such as our groceries from the Greater Boston Food Bank. We had the pajama program donate 175 pairs of pajamas at Ford Elementary School for Christmas. We also have been fortunate enough to get many Gillette products. This also includes teacher time, volunteering at SEL night, Trinket or Treat, which we did, which was a huge hit. And also I wanted to note for the Greater Boston Food Bank, half of our families at this point have utilized that. About 172 families since I got that up and running last March. Also, it fills up in about 18 minutes. It's limited to 50 families. The big one is the campfire, 190,000. Corporate donations, this includes from Cummings Properties. We were also able to get a Kleenex grant. And I know I have to move it along, but you can see what this money has went towards: supporting field trips, our Girls on the Run team, the old neighborhood food. We did a huge meat giveaway that Tom DeMarcus donated boxes of meat for all of our families and staff at Ford and Washington. And that connection came directly from me meeting with him and telling him that parents had voiced to me that he used to do that in the past. And so he agreed to start it up again. Teacher wish lists, so the list goes on, but.
We also did an ROI, return on investment, at Washington, and our in-kind ROI is fabulous. Lots of donations, lots of volunteer time. Public grants have been fantastic, from Campfire to the New American Association of America, Pathways, and corporate donations and fundraising. Also, similarly, Old Neighborhood Foods, Stop and Shop, as I mentioned earlier. Last May, we celebrated the 5th anniversary of the food pantry. Washington was one of the first schools that Stop and Shop identified as being a great place to host a food pantry, and in celebration, they gave us 500 tickets to a Red Sox game. We're going on May 8th, and we're pretty excited about that. Also, Subaru came and did a wonderful event for the students. Subaru Cares and Operation Warm provided 156 pairs of sneakers and coats and socks, and a wonderful experience for the students during that day. So it's important for us, as Amy said, there's so many things that we do: the letters that we get, the hugs that we get, the thank yous that we get, the welcome, and the gratitude that we experience every day. You can't put a number on that, but when there's a position like this, it's important, wherever possible, to put a dollar value on it, that value that we're bringing. But as she said, I agree, it so exceeds that dollar amount.
We have a parent from Ford here, Jesmarie Perez, who just wants to quickly speak about. She was actually on my interview committee, so this feels kind of full circle.
So
Do you want me to hold that?
Yeah. Please.
Oh gosh, I'll hold the
So this
photos
is something
of me.
that Ford has done in the past year. So I just took pictures and put them together, so you guys can see what they're doing. A wonderful job. Hi, my name is Jesmarie Perez. I wrote something, so I'm gonna read it. I'm a Ford mom since 2019. I currently have a 5th grader and a 2nd grader at Ford. I am a parent of the community. I'm part of the community school, advisory board member that was created by Amy. I met with Amy during her hiring process for her position for community school director, which she has been the perfect candidate to fill the position. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
That's all right, you got this.
You got it.
I was too, we all are.
Yeah. So she's been perfect for this position. We have worked together as she has listened to my ideas, as well as to open the opportunity for parents to hear them and see what they have to offer. And even for the staff to come and express what they like to see as a change in the community school. Together with Principal Amy Narish and the school staff, they have made a huge positive impact to our students and families. All of the ideas brought to her for a better our school community, and have come to reality or even better. For being a community school, have brought more opportunities such as after-school programs such as Campfire, fundraisings like Durham, partnerships like Greater Boston Food Bank, where families are able to have monthly food bags, Gillette with shaving products for our school fam, Sherwin to paint our school pavement to have a colorful and fun place for students to play and interact. Also a free cycle and much more with the fundings. We truly need the fundings, as it's making the tremendous help for our community school. As a parent, I beg you to help our community school keep the fundings, both Amy, the principal, and Amy, and with the staff have made truly community school a change that was long needed. Lastly, I want to mention that since day one, Amy has looked for any possible ways to better our school for the best of our students and families. Please help us keep the funding so community schools like Ford continues making a difference and thank you for your time.
And then we have Lori Hamill and Olivia Grinstead. They are part of our community partners, and
That's great.
they're
Okay.
on my advisory board.
Where's Gillette? Where's the Gillette?
Right here.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Change makers.
Should have put pictures together.
That's great. Let's go. She created a community.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Inland. Board.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
It's an
You did a
honor.
wonderful job.
Jared
Yeah,
made the
great
board.
job.
Jared made the board.
you.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name's Olivia Grinstead. I'm the program director of the Senate Board's Lynn Family Forward Resource Center. And like Amy said, I'm also a member of the Community Advisory Board. And we've done wonders like in working with the community. I like how somebody said it was like a give or take relationship when it comes to community partners, but I like to think of it as more of a give because we're always just giving to one another instead of just taking. It's always, if you give me something, they're going to give me something back. So it's always a give, and it's always for the benefit of the community. And I think that's what's amazing about the community schools is that it's for the community. It's not for specific families, for specific populations. It's for the community of Lynn. It's for everyone. It's for the families. And I just want to highlight a few of our projects that we've worked on with Ford Elementary. We're working together with Connection to Sherwin-Williams to beautify the school right now. We're working on getting that together, doing a beautification project with the help of Sherwin-Williams, the new program in Lynn. We've also I was able to introduce the pajama program to the Ford Elementary School. And we've been able to, like I said, multiple boards together, the youth committee board, and I always love connecting with them. The social emotional learning nights, we've been able to do the community, the trunk or treats or the trinket and treats. We've been participating in those, and they've been able to invite us to multiple locations. So they're an incredible resource for this community, and I think it's just very beneficial to keep them around. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Laurie Hamill. I'm the CEO of Campfire North Shore. I'm also a member of both of the advisory committees at each of the community schools. Campfire has programs in multiple locations throughout the district. And I have to say, I'm here tonight to speak particularly, obviously, about Washington and Ford. The alignment with the work that we do in our 21C programs, 21st Century Community Learning Centers, aligns with the community school model and the school improvement plan. So it has been a tremendous asset, as you said, a give and give, for us to collaboratively do this work together and to have such a strong team from the school, the school-based building, the educators, the leadership, the community school directors, and United Way guiding us through this whole process has been really a great experience. And I really think we are going to see some tremendous improvements and benefits to our children because of this. We're stronger together. That's all I can say. When we're all in our own silos, yes, we're all, making things happen and doing great things, but together, collaboratively, has made a huge difference. So, anyways, thank you for your time.
So this is the last slide, I promise. I need to name everybody who works in the community schools, and Sheila O'Neill, who's just clicking away back there, operates in the background too with LTU and contributes a lot of time and commitment to this model. When we began this model 3 years ago, there was a commitment from United Way that the community directors, the community school directors, would be funded through philanthropy. So for the first year, the model is 100% philanthropy, 50-50 the second year, and then 75% the third year on LPS side, 25% philanthropy. But as you can see, we were funded 100% for 2 years. This upcoming year is a 75% commitment on our part and a 25% commitment on the philanthropist side. We feel strongly that this model is going to return in our investments back to us, both financially as we build out. You saw that the work that the community school directors do is all about assets, bringing in more and more assets so it will build and build and build. So that is the model. We're also changing our strategy for expansion is around the after school and weekend hours. We don't have the wraparound services that are necessary for our families and our students, and this model will ensure that our students do have a safe place that is welcoming and inclusive of all of their needs. So when we talk about expansion, we're talking about expanding the time and opportunity for our students. And then finally, you know, we work so well. When you look at some of those slides prior, like, we're very grateful that Lori's here with us tonight and Center Board is here, but all of the Lynn Educator district members are contributors to the work that we're doing in this community school model. We are looking to expand to a third school through a philanthropy and through a commitment for ourselves as well, when and if like financial circumstances kind of balance out. But this work right now is affecting families, as you heard here today, and we feel strongly committed to it. I think that's a wrap.
Questions? Member Reed.
Thank you all for the presentation and the work. It's truly amazing, and I just want to say, Laurie Hamill invited me to Incredible Kids Day, and you could just feel something different in the air at Washington. Mr. Fry was, all the kids. It just felt very family oriented. So I'm just saying firsthand, I could really sort of feel it, and anyone who goes, I think, will experience that same thing. So it's hard to describe, but thank you so much.
All right, Pena.
I just want to say thank you for the presentation. I know a lot of the students that go to Washington and some at Ford, and I have a question. Is it true there's a washer and dryer at Washington? and not and I mention that because I know how important it is for kids to be able to make it to school, and some students face inequities. Not everyone is able to have fresh laundry. I was one of those guys that has to wash my stuff and dry it in front of the oven. And those are the times. Those are the things hurdles that I had to go through as a kid. And never mind, families facing things with the pandemic where you have food insecurities now and all that. And I really appreciate the work you do, and I see the fruits of it. Thank you for all that you do and everyone involved.
When it's all set, we'll have 2 washers and 2 dryers.
There you go.
Permanent food pantry, permanent clothing, community closet. So.
Awesome, thank you.
I have Member Castellanos, Member Gately, Member Dugan.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for your presentation tonight. United Way, all the staff, all the leaders, and the families that you guys have impacted. To hear the perspectives of what you guys have done with your impact, and it's very genuine. It's always been genuine every time you guys come and present. Always provide us with such robust presentations. I really like the data. I like the way that you guys were able to pull the chronic absenteeism features, which is very important to us. As you know, coming out of the pandemic, that's been a major priority, and you guys were able to display that. I know Washington STEM had that in there. I didn't see it in Ford School, but I could imagine it probably is.
There, it was down 8.6%.
8.6.
And I forgot our tardy rate for this year is down 29.4%. Our tardy rate, so that's pretty good.
You got to put that on the front, you know? I really appreciate that very much. And I know the investments that that you're talking about committing to, right? I think we're going to have a larger return, especially with the children that we're impacting. I did have a question about just what exactly the breakdown was for 25 and 26, and then a projected program cost. I didn't know if you guys could provide that. What is the cost?
So the cost for the community school directors is their salary at $90,000. We're committed to paying 75% of that, and United Way is taking care of the 25%. Everything else they fundraise.
For the 21st Century Grant pipeline, considering what's going on right now with that funding, do you guys see pivots or any type of adjustments that we're going to be seeing later on in the next couple of fiscal cycles that we probably should talk about?
At Ford, we're in year one of a 5-year cycle, so I feel we're all set there. At Washington, we are in our final year of our second cycle, 3-year cycle. We are waiting for the proposals to come out from the state. We have been told that the renewal, the continuation grants will be released shortly. However, they will not be releasing an RFP for new programs. So I'm feeling confident.
Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I know that was something that before coming in here, it was just a question that it's concerning them. But I also think, all for nothing, you guys are competing. You guys will compete for that, and I think you guys are I think we're very committed to help you compete.
Yes.
Together.
We actually operate 4 21st century programs here in Lynn. It just so happens 2 of them are one's at Washington, one's at Ford. It's almost $1 million worth of funding. And these services are completely free, and they're year-round. So not only do we provide the after-school programming in the school buildings, but we also take the children from these 4 programs to our summer camp. So we have had to cut back that a little bit as far as, number of weeks we can provide, but we're still able to keep that commitment, because it is something that was embedded in our proposals and that we were committed to doing. So we've kind of worked with that a little bit. We also are tasked with sustaining these grants. So we use funding that has been given to us through a United Way partnership grant, other state funding, and private grants. So.
Great work. You guys are really, it's impressive, honestly. You guys are on point. And
I'm very proud of the work that we've done.
I'm grateful for all you guys.
Yeah.
This isn't easy. And you guys I've seen other nonprofits and other organizations that are not you guys are thriving under serious pressure right now. And I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I think that was some of the first, when you guys first came through the door, I noticed that. So I appreciate it.
And if I just wanted to add that when Ford, the 21st Century Grant is new, and when we applied for it, DESE responded with, what is a community school? Can we have more information about that? So it was nice to be able to kind of get our name out there as a community school and get DESE kind of thinking about this, right?
It actually was a huge component of our application. So both Amy's were very involved in that proposal, and we're hoping that Nina and Anthony will be very involved in the renewal, the continuation grant at Washington. And as a matter of fact, the Ford grant, we scored one of the highest in, the proposals that were submitted. So, and I do feel the community school initiative was a huge component of that. So.
Nice job.
Anyways, I wasn't going to be talking about that.
Leave it.
Member Gately, Member Dugan.
I'm going to keep it short. I've been to both of your schools, and I've seen the wonderful work that you've been doing. Anthony, we talked about the washer and the dryer. We talked about the parking issues up there, and I can't thank you enough for all you do for our very, very, very vulnerable students in Lynn. Thank you.
Thank you. Member Dugan.
Yeah, I mean, all the questions have been asked, so just kind of a shout out to your staff and Principal Nerrick and Principal Fry. You guys are obviously very humble people. You're kind of in the background there, but, you know, take credit where credit is due, and let's hear it from them. They're doing a great job, obviously. And your staff, too, obviously. I mean, I think it's a credit for... Let that finish. There we go. I think it's a credit to kind of what we heard earlier from our staff from the secondary schools, that when you have the correct staff in place, the connections kids make, and the changes in your lives they can make. I mean, the 8.6 decrease in chronic absenteeism, 3.5 decrease for Washington, respectively. I mean, that's impressive stuff. So, you know, we need to keep that in mind, and you guys are a great model and a great you know, example for us. So thank you for that.
Yep, Member Sadway.
Thank you for your presentation. I don't have any questions. I just wanted to also compliment you. Having students feel comfortable in a building that they spend most of their time in is very important. And some schools have vibrant communities with after-school hours, and I think that this helps expand that. So I just wanted to say, good job.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Thank you, United Way. Thank you to everybody involved in these schools, and in particular community school directors, and congratulations. Thank you so much.
Go on to the next one.
Next, we have the early childhood update.
Yes, I'd like to welcome Jackie Gallo and Kelsey Bartlett to come up to the front table. They will be giving you an update on the early childhood programming across the city, not just at Bennett and Bessem, but in all of our programming and grants. So I turn it over to you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to share some important work happening in early childhood. It's been a very busy and exciting year, and we're excited to share some updates from this year and some plans for the next year. My name is Jacqueline Gallo. I'm the Director of Early Learning, and with me, thank you, Gary. And with me is...
Good evening. My name is Kelsey Bartlett, and I'm the Interim Assistant Director of Curriculum and Instruction for Early Childhood. Thank you for having us. Tonight, we can go to the next slide. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
This is our agenda for this evening. We're really excited and honored to share all of these items with you tonight. We're going to discuss the preschool expansion and changes that have taken place this year and projected for the future, early childhood PD opportunities that have taken place this past school year and what's upcoming this summer. Our CPPI needs assessment and strategic plan update. We're gonna share some information with you about the PRISM 1 grant, information about a storyboard that pilot. It's a new technology program we're using with our early childhood students. We're gonna discuss some family engagement and an upcoming event that we wanna invite you to.
Thank you. So this slide is, it just shows a breakdown of the overall anticipated preschool seats for this upcoming school year, FY 25-26. We are expecting to have 642 preschool seats in Lynn Public Schools. 318 seats are for special education for 3 and 4-year-olds. 324 seats are for the typically developing children who enter through a lottery process, which is happening this month. We have approximately 300 applications right now for the lottery. We have both half-day and full-day lottery spots. The full day, we have 212 full day lottery spots that will go quickly, very easily to fill those slots. The half-day lottery spots are a little bit trickier. We are finding that most families do want a full-day program. So in the event that we are having trouble filling the half-day slots, we have decided, if after exhausting the 4-year-old wait list, we will open it to 3-year-olds if we're having trouble finding the spots. This is just so we can make sure that we're allowing for that integrated model for our special ed students. And here we have, can you go back one slide? Sorry. Thank you, Gary. Here we have a few upcoming changes. So with a lot of collaboration with the Executive Director of Special Education, Christina Colella, and Interim Assistant Director, Jacqueline Trayers, we have some changes across the district to expand seats and allow for more inclusion opportunities. So this year we started the expansion at Cobbett, and it's been kind of rolling out in stages, but by next year we'll have 3 full-day integrated classrooms, 1 half-day integrated classroom, and we'll continue to keep our 1 small group learning classroom. In an integrated classroom model, we have 7 students on IEPs and 8 typically developing students. And then in the small group learning classroom, we have 9 students on IEPs. At Harrington, currently at Harrington, we have a model, we're calling it hybrid model. And what this is, it has students on IEPs they attend the full day, and we have students that come in through a lottery process that are only there for half a day. For next year, we have 3 of those classrooms this year at Harrington, but next year we're converting 1 of those classrooms into a full day integrated classroom so that the typically developing students have a longer day, and then there's more opportunity for inclusion throughout the day. And then, and then at Sisson School, we're converting the small group learning half-day classroom into a full-day integrated classroom. And this is my school, the Early Childhood Center at Bennett Street. For next year, Bessem Street is another early childhood site that we have this year. 6 classrooms are moving from Bessem Street to Bennett Street. 1 classroom is moving from Sewell Anderson to Bennett Street. We will open a new dual language pre-K classroom that will be for Connery District students and will feed into their kindergarten program. They have a dual language program at Connery. And then we're converting some of our small group learning classrooms into a new model called the intensive integrated model, allowing another opportunity for students on IEPs to be placed in the least restrictive environment and offer more inclusion opportunities. And then we're opening 1 small group hearing impaired classroom at Bennett Street as well. And then, very exciting, our Coordinated Family Community Engagement program, our Parent Child Plus program, and the staff from our preschool partnership program will be housed at Bennett Street. So it'll be a full early childhood program, and we'll have a space for our family engagement playgroups and events. And then this slide here is just a look at the numbers over the past few years. So pretty exciting to see the growth in both special ed seats and typically developing lottery seats for preschool. At the bottom, you'll see the half-day seats and the full-day seats, and those are for our lottery. And as you can see, we are trying to increase the full day because that's really what we're finding that parents are looking for, families are looking for.
It's been an honor to be tasked with planning and implementing early childhood PD this year for Lynn Public Schools in early childhood. Things that we've done already. We offered the Foundations of Inclusive Practice course that already took place in February, and we're offering another session this summer. Preschool, kindergarten, first and second grade teachers were all invited to monthly opportunities for professional learning groups. Those were, I led those, and they were a really great opportunity for us to work together closely on intellectual preparation and really dive a little bit deeper into the writing projects that teachers have been working on this year. We also put on a PD for active supervision for all of our preschool teachers in September. In November of 2024, I put on a kindergarten literacy center PD for all kindergarten teachers. Storyboard That is a technology program that I'll talk a little bit more about later. We rolled that out to our preschool and kindergarten teachers in November, and then we revisited in January to try to really get it going and empower. We'll share a little more later. Thank you to Jacqueline Treyers. In January, she put on a PD about Indicator 7 to prepare our preschool teachers to prepare students and families for the transition they make into kindergarten. And we're really excited this summer in August. We're working really hard right now planning. We're calling it the Early Childhood Summer Summit. And there's going to be a lot of really great opportunities for teachers, not only to talk about student learning, but talk about the teacher themselves. We talk a lot about self-care and how important that is. So there are a couple of sessions that are really just focused on the teacher development, who they are as a person, how they connect with their community and their coworkers. So we're really looking forward to that.
And here we have the coordinated, Commonwealth Preschool Partnership Initiative Needs Assessment and Strategic Plan. So this year we will be applying for the competitive grant for CPPI, the partnership, the preschool partnership grant. And part of that application process, we need to conduct a needs assessment and strategic plan. So the last time we did this was in June 2022. And we used a lot of that data to not only inform us and guide us with our preschool partnership, but also with the expansion in Lynn Public Schools, so that that data helped with the proposal for the CFCP grant, the Congressional Funded Community Project grant. So we're partnering with Schoolworks, and they will be able to help us with, the community needs assessment.
I just want to thank Amanda for being here tonight. I'm sorry she has to step out, obviously, but thank you so much, student representative. Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. I should have done that earlier, but thanking the student rep.
So we're just super excited that we have the consultant Schoolworks to be helping us with this important work.
And I did want to provide you with an update about our current CPPI numbers. The reason they're not in there is because I wanted to give you current numbers as of today. So right now, our Commonwealth Preschool Partnership Initiative is serving a total of 223 students in 13 classrooms. We have 3 classrooms at Gregg House with 58 students, 5 classrooms at the YMCA with 78 students, and 5 classrooms at Leo Head Start with 87 students. So that's really exciting. So I just wanted to make sure I shared that. For our next slide, I wanted to share with you, we have been awarded the PRISM 1 grant, and there's lots of information I could share. I tried to boil it down just to the vision to share with you what that looks like. So it is built on DESE's educational vision to support evidence-based, culturally and linguistically sustaining multi-tiered systems of support. And as you know, that's tied directly to our LPS vision and mission. So we're really excited to be working on this. All students, particularly students from historically underserved groups, have affirming and enriching experiences with literacy learning. And they are also envisioning that we will improve literacy achievement for all students while reducing disparities. Some of the grant's goals are, for one of the things we're going to work closely on with our partnership is the early literacy screening assessment goal. The goal that they hold for us and all the other communities that are participating in this grant is that 80% of students in the PRISM 1 cohort will meet reading benchmarks by the end of each grade, K to 3. It will also reduce disparities in the percentage of students in the PRISM 1 cohort meeting reading benchmarks annually. And as you know, that will translate directly into our grade 3 ELA MCAS goals. The goal for that is that the 33% increase in the percentage of students meeting or exceeding their expectations in the PRISM 1 cohort, and to reduce disparities in the percentage of students in the PRISM 1 cohort meeting or exceeding expectations annually. So I just wanted to share with you the potential timeline. This initial award was for $30,000 to implement and support the planning phase, but we have the opportunity to extend this for up to 5 years. I actually had a meeting today at 2 o'clock where they shared with us that PRISM 2 and 3 is going to be released soon, so hopefully within the next month, so that's really exciting to know. So right now we're in the year 1, the learn and prepare phase. So we are establishing our leadership team, conducting a literacy system scan the first week of May, and developing our early literacy instructional vision with our partners from TNTP. In the building, so the years 1 and 2, which would be FY 25 through 27, the goal is to enact the plan with guidance from our PRISM leadership coach. Solidifying the plan in years 3 and 4. The purpose of that is to enact the plan with guidance from the PRISM leadership coach and to gradually take on more of the financial and leadership responsibility. So right now PRISM is footing the bill, but it seems like at that point that it'll be an agreement between us and them about how we uphold that. And in year 5, the goal is to institutionalize, which means to enact the plan with guidance from the PRISM leadership coach and to assume full financial and leadership responsibility for sustaining new practices, systems, and structures. One of the things that really excited us about this is that this opportunity, the way it's set up and the way it gradually rolls out over the 5 years, seems like a really great opportunity to sustain those systems and structures. It's not a quick fix. It's something that we're going to be really thoughtful about, the way we plan, the way we use and collect data to drive and inform the instruction in our elementary schools. So I'm going to pivot gears a little bit. One of the first things I did in my position, I went to the MassQ fair where there was a lot of really interesting different technology, adaptive technology, software that we can use with students. And something that I was really drawn to, it was something called Storyboard That. It empowers teachers to create dynamic lessons and assignments that capture students' attention and makes learning more interactive and enjoyable. Students learn how to create visually stimulating assignments that inspire creativity and make learning fun for our students. The Storyboard That community has established digital spaces to share ideas and strategies to maximize the impact of this innovative tool to ensure that educators are supported. So just that you kind of understand some background, it's a platform that allows students with a drag of a finger to drop in a setting, characters, beginning, next, last. The possibilities are really endless. I could give you a whole presentation on it. When I saw it, it really excited me because I really thought about some of our students who have more challenges. And oftentimes, I was a kindergarten teacher for a very long time here. And when they go to draw pictures, sometimes that can be so frustrating. And that occupational therapy development is important. But sometimes we want to get to a place where we can storytell, right? And meet some of those criteria academically. So that's really what excited me about it, is that I see it as adaptive software and I see it as something that presents an opportunity for students to communicate their ideas, which, as you know, is the purpose of why we write. So I really was excited about that, and I hope that if we keep this, that we can embed this into what we do with our early childhood teachers. So the pilot opportunity, it was exciting to establish that. I had never really done that before, but we were able to implement it completely for free in all preschool and kindergarten classrooms. It began on December 4th. We held professional development for all LPS preschool and kindergarten educators in person on the November 5th PD day. So that was the slow rollout. The gentleman from the company came, the CEO came, he loves us. And so it was a really great opportunity to just roll it out, let them know what the program was. But as you know, it's always busy time to be a classroom teacher. And that was in November when, the holidays and it's all happening. So we revisited during the January 17th PD day, where kindergarten educators from Callahan and Lynn Woods shared their student successes with the software to empower educators and build community. So if you look at the next slide, that was our January, no, I'm sorry, that was the November day. That was when we first rolled it out. Those are some LPS kindergarten teachers at the development. He asked about who could see this, working in your classroom, and everyone raised their hand, and I tried to get my phone out and grab the picture, and I missed it, so I made them raise their hand again. But it looks pretty authentic. And I loved it, and it was really exciting because these were my colleagues not too long ago, and so to be surrounded by them and to be able to lead them through something that I saw them seeing potential for with their students was really awesome. And then I also just wanted to give a huge shout out to Linda Hannaford from Callahan and Michelle Repstein from Lynn Woods. I reached out to them based on the user data, so I could see that these two teachers were really diving in and having success with their students. So I visited their classrooms. I met with their students and their paraprofessionals and really looked at the way this program was working and operating in their classrooms. And I asked them to do me a favor and to help me to bring this to the teachers in January. And they both were really fantastic and agreed to do that. So this is just a quick snapshot. Like I said, I could go on about this for a while. But I wanted to share this video with you of this. Oh, yeah. Okay.
First, what happened? First, you went to the beach and saw the sunset. And finally, awesome!
So as you can see, this was, I think this visit was back in December. They were in the midst of Unit 3 ELA for kindergarten, and the writing project was to write a fictional story. So the focus standard was WK3, using a combination of drawing, dictating, and writing to narrate a single event or experience or several loosely linked events or experiences to sequence the narrative appropriately and provide a reaction to what it describes. So I would say that she hit that on the head. I also wanted to pull the pictures. That's what she was looking at on her iPad. So you see the teacher up front instructing, using the smartboard to present the information to the rest of the class, and the student using their iPad to support them. So that's where she physically created that story, and those are the pictures that she created. So this particular lesson focused on first, next, and last, the transitional writing words. So these were the pictures that supported her. And this was in Linda's room at Callahan. And then we just wanted to give you a quick update on some things that are happening for family engagement. I want to give a huge shout out to Jacqueline Gallo because she started this work, all of this work before I came along, but this was a project that had been ongoing, and she definitely started this work. I also want to give a few shout outs to Kathy Tarosian, Lisa Nerick, Kenneth Bedeau from LVTI, his shop students, and the DPW, because all of these people collaborated to help us bring this to life. A story walk is an opportunity where students and families can visit and physically look at and read the pages. Right now, if you go to Flax Pond, you'll be able to see this book. It's called I Like Your Buttons. And also something we want to work on next time is we want to also provide translated copies. So right now we do just have the book there in English, but the next time around when we put our next piece of literature in, probably this summer, we are going to try to look into having translation available for that. And then I just also wanted to extend an invitation to all of you. On Thursday, May 15th, we have our Early Childhood Literacy Night. That is going to have a STEAM theme. We are really excited. We're going to be partnering up. There's close to 40 tables representing different community partners. We're going to be providing hands-on literacy activities. We're going to have a DJ there, a storyteller, lots of sensory space, free books, and raffles. So we're really looking forward to engaging families in that way. As you know, Jacqueline's been doing that for many years, and I'm really excited to carry that work on with her. Thank you.
Good job.
So I just want to put a finer point on something. Gary, can you flip to the expansion history slides here? Because this is something that we've been talking about for years.
How many? Long time.
Yeah, this one here. Yeah. So, we're thank you so much for the presentation, and thank you to everyone that's gone into the expansion here. It's incredibly important that we're providing these special education seats, and we will continue to do that. and have been, and obviously that number has grown consistently year over year for quite some time. And, you know, we've had some really hard conversations over the year about sort of trade-offs because of, you know, lack of capacity and lack of funding. And thanks to the hard work of a lot of people here, including Jackie Gallo and Deputy Ruggiero, Dr. Alvarez, and the support of all of you, as well as many others, I think this expansion is really notable. And if you look at that bottom line here, you know, going back even further, we've had some really hard conversations about the trade-offs of access versus quality and half-day versus full day. And like you said, the families want full day. And if you've looked at preschool tuition, daycare costs recently, this is a 300% increase over the course of 2 years of full day seats for pre-K. That many more students are going to be entering kindergarten with those skills from our high quality instruction, and that many more special education students are going to be in that inclusion setting in the least restrictive environment. So, you know, I think this is a huge win for the district, and I just want to thank everyone that has been working to make this possible, particularly those teachers in those classrooms and everybody here to support them.
Can I add on to that?
Yeah, please.
As someone who taught preschool for a number of years, personally, the impact pre-K has on children is immense. I lived through 18 pre-K, Title I pre-Ks being cut when I was teaching pre-K, and it was heartbreaking. To see this expansion just warms my heart. But two pieces that I'm really, really proud of for the city of Lynn. One is the full day versus half day, because it absolutely is what our families need. But the second, I want to give a shout out to Jackie and to Christina Kalala and her team. The inclusion that is happening now, that was not happening before. I shouldn't say it wasn't happening before. We had integrated classrooms, but integrated is different than inclusion. And I am just so proud that that's where we're heading and that's what we're doing, and it's going to have just an immense impact on our students as a whole.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep, Member Gately.
Kelsey, I have one question. Who doesn't love you? Really?
Thank you.
This is impressive, Jackie and Kelsey. I really want to piggyback on what the mayor and Deputy Ruggiero has said about the increase in numbers. We have parents sitting here like going, in the future, I'm going to be needing those classrooms. I just wanted to ask you a quick question on its build years 1 and 2, enact plan with guidance from PRISM leadership coach. Could you elaborate on that a little bit for me?
Yeah, so they have a partnership with TNTP, and we have, which is also being used at our high school as well in the secondary, and we meet with them to implement and roll this out. So they are working with us to create a system scan. We're going to do leadership interviews. We're going to have teacher focus groups, and they're guiding us through that process.
Got it. And
Good question.
Oh, I like it, but what I want to say to both of you is after the pandemic and what we see in the data of students like in 3rd grade that was in 1st grade, and this is going to be it's going to be huge for us and for all the teachers in our district when our students are so able to read, so able to comprehend, and so forth. And I love your choice of Linda Handefit for that teacher, because I think she is a little dynamic over there at Callahan. Good choice. And thank you very much for all that you do. And I'm going to be there in May.
It was really exciting to see, because Linda was a colleague of mine for a long time, it was exciting to see how excited she was for her students. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to call up Shannon Gardner. Our final presentation is around summer programming for this coming summer. Shannon will be sharing what will be available to our students this summer.
Get out of your way.
She's getting too far away, I think. Well, it's not up yet, Shannon. Molly's over there putting it up.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be your clicker.
All right, thank you, thank you. All right, good evening, I'm Dr. Shannon Gardner, here to present to you tonight about summer school programs. I've been here a few times this year. My department has been working hard launching project-based learning, establishing and opening CASA, expanding FDCA for more students to access early college, preparing rising early college seniors at LCHS and LEHS to take courses in the fall at Salem State, and implementing MyCap, to name just a few. I am equally excited to present a number of initiatives this summer for student learning and career development that are connected to both our district strategic plan and the Student Opportunity Act, and a priority of reimagining high schools. This presentation would normally be presented by Assistant Director Noelle Bolio in my department, who works on extended learning programs. This presentation was prepared in collaboration with several departments, as will be reflected in the programming. So first, I just want to talk about summer learning academies for grades 3 through 11. So we have, last year we ran acceleration academies. We were not able to work with all grade levels. This program is planned to be much bigger in a sincere effort to raise the skills and levels of skills in our district. The targeted academies, students in grades 3 to 11 will be invited to learning academies for academic acceleration in ELA, literacy, and math. The content will be MyView 3 to 5, Amplify 6 to 8, Illustrative Math 6 to 8, Study Sync 9 to 12. And there will be centralized locations, LCHS, LEHS, Callahan, Ingalls, and Washington. They'll run through July 7th through July 31st. These are going to be nice programs that are also going to have enrichment consisting of STEAM activities and projects designed to enhance content learning and language acquisition, and breakfast and lunch will be served. For English learners, we will have newcomer academies where curriculum is tailored for students at the earliest proficiency levels to increase language development, with embedded pre-post assessments to progress monitor learning. ELA and math academies will also be offered to invited MLE students at a little higher level of proficiency rate to accelerate their learning. And the resources for elementary are MyView, Illustrative Math, and for middle school it's Amplify and IM, and for high school Study Sync and Envisions. Okay. There are some other programs in addition to these academies at the middle school level, grades 6 to 8, that will sound familiar to you. We have run them in previous years. They are middle school STEM and student leadership opportunities, the GE Aerospace Girls at MIT. That's a week-long STEM program for rising grade 7 girls. 24 students, 8 from Thurgood Marshall, Breed Middle School, 8 from Pickering. That's July 7th through 11th by invitation only, as well as the Endicott college program, a 3-week program, July 7th through 24th. That's a residential experience focused on STEM and the arts. 36 students by invitation only, again divided amongst the middle schools. Student support and enrichment programs. We have the Breed All-Stars with leadership skills for at-risk 8th graders, substance misuse prevention focus. Dates July 11th through 24th. At Thurgood Marshall, we have 2 programs, Project Yes, mentorship for grade 8 students, 12 in-person sessions, July 8th through 31. Thurgood Marshall Dream More, enrichment for grade 8 students, academic support, and extracurriculars. The next set of programs are for grades 9 through 12. The credit recovery programs for high schoolers providing academic support for promotion and graduation will be located at LCHS and LEHS during the day and at LVTI in the evening. These programs will run from July 7th through July 31st. There will be a cost of $125 per class with a maximum of $250 for credit recovery. New this year is a full-scale revival of AP boot camps, which is connected to District Strategic Plan Priority 3. Organized by Innovation Department in partnership with AP teachers, this program we are hoping to support as many students as possible in successful advanced coursework. The programs will be a mix of content, skills, and support on AP summer assignments. This program specifically connects to, again, Strategic Priority 3 to increase equitable access to innovative school models and programs and advanced coursework. The College Express is another popular program that supports the MyCap, My Career and Academic Plan by supporting students in their college application process and taking them on college and university tours. Students will develop a list of schools they plan to apply to, and these courses are run annually by LCHS, LEHS, and LVTI. The LVTI Career Readiness Program is a wonderful program run by Brian O'Connell each year. Brian is awaiting an annual grant opportunity to be posted, which makes this program possible and which he works very hard on developing it. This program typically has shop learning, lunch, and SEL activities. In the next few slides, you will see 3 programs designed by Innovation Department that are grant funded, which creatively connect our early college pathways, utilizing partnerships and grants to support career and leadership experiences. Each member of the department is a thought partner working on different aspects of the program, and I'm happy to share them with you. The first is Healthcare Career Exploration Camp. A series of week-long programs will take place at LVTI and is open to 120 students across the district to learn about clinical and non-clinical roles in healthcare. This camp will help inform and excite rising 9th graders about future STEM careers in healthcare. Raising the profile of healthcare coincides with a yearly $65,000 Atrius grant we have received to provide healthcare internships during the school year. We want students to be excited to take part in those internships, and summer experiences like these will help generate that excitement. This connects to Strategic Priority 3 in providing career awareness, which is Priority 3D. Innovation Department received a $30,000 grant from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to create internship experiences for early college students. The program that was developed is aligned to our early college IT pathway. This program will help our students build their own technology skills and provide community service. It is designed for rising junior and seniors in the early college program. Students will develop public speaking and presentation skills. They will take a cybersecurity training course and will go on college and industry tours. The program also provides career awareness connected to Strategic Priority 3D, but also connects to the LPS Portrait of a Graduate, teaching students to become engaged community members, effective communicators, and continuous learners. So what this program will be is basically teaching students to become like IT sort of technicians, like when you walk into Apple and you need help. And the idea is that they will go out into the community where we're going to reach out to places like the senior center, let them know that they're having an event. The kids will prepare presentations to explain what they're doing and will help people. So it will be a great program where kids are learning skills, but also giving back to the community. The Leadership and Advocacy Fellowship Program is provided through a blend of Innovation Department grant funds and the city summer job programs. Through this program, we are working in partnership with Neighbor to Neighbor, which, as we know, has been attending school committee with students who speak out about their desire for more after-school clubs. We want to engage LPS in partnership to grow those leadership and advocacy skills and benefit our community as a result. We currently have been granted 4 summer positions from the City Summer Jobs Program and have raised the profile of this program to City Hall in hopes of gaining more jobs assigned. This program, too, is thoughtfully connected and aligned to the LPS Portrait of a Graduate, supporting students to become critical thinkers, problem solvers, engaged community members, effective communicators, and leaders. So during this program, students will be working on advocacy. They'll learn the fundamentals of leadership and advocacy, while topics will include what does student leadership look like within the school community, information gathering, navigating systems, and sharing data findings. What is advocacy? How do you craft your message? What is community organizing? Over the course of the fellowship, students will design and ultimately launch a campaign to start a student opportunity fund to pay for enrichment and extracurriculars at LPS high schools. Okay. The next few slides will be about special education programs running this summer. Okay, so first I want to just share what they are and their locations. So program Continue will be at Harrington, July 7th through August 7th. Camp Friendship, Secondary Life Skills will be at Marshall Middle School, again, July 7th through August 7th. Coach, Secondary, Middle, High, 18 to 22 will be at Marshall Middle School, July 7th through August 14th. Fallon ESY will be at Fallon Elementary, July 7th through August 7th. Teens Academy will be at the Virginia Barton Education Center, July 7th through August 7th. Coach Elementary will be at Shoemaker, July 7th through August 14th. Another Coach Elementary will be at Hood, July 7th through August 14th. Steps to Success will be at Callahan, July 7th through August 7th. The Special Education Extended School Year curriculum will consist of Teach Town, Readtopia, Sunday System, Illustrative Math Centers, and News to You. And Dr. Colella has provided descriptions of each of those for you to read. Okay, my last slide. Dr. Alvarez wanted us to share with you the buildings that are online for planned programming. So Callahan, Fallon, Harrington, Hood, Ingalls, Lynn Classical, Lynn English, Lynn Voc-Tech, Marshall, Shoemaker, Virginia Barton. Buildings that are offline this summer for renovation repair are Bennett Street, Breed, Casa at Fect O'Leary and Cobbett, Druids, LVTI Fieldhouse, locker rooms, pool deck and lobby, Sisson, and Hood. There are 2 classrooms out of service.
Can I just make one correction there?
Yes.
Breed is on the list of offline schools. However, it's repairs that are being done, and we've gotten permission that Breed can have their Breed All-Star program there, and Principal Loof is very good about moving where she needs to move based on where the work is being done. So they will be using that school.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed learning about these programs, and I want to let you know that this slideshow will be posted for families next week, and we will update and remind students and families about these opportunities all through the spring. Are there any questions that I could answer for you?
Any questions? All right, well, thank you so much. Yep, Member Gately.
So there's a lot of grants mentioned here and the amounts, and there's a lot of things being asked. So I just need to ask you, like, do you know who wrote the grant that for the Eastern Bank? It was a $2.2 million grant. What department wrote that and designed it?
So I believe that I can be, I believe I'm going to give you an update on the innovation department in perhaps the next school committee meeting. I can tell you that that grant was the mayor's office met with Eastern Bank Foundation, and then I was asked to work on the application. So that's what I am there for.
And I think I need some clarification on the Student Opportunity Act monies. Like, early college, the connection between early college and Student Opportunity Act monies. Can you just clarify that for me?
I can speak to that. Okay.
Oh, I'd like Shannon.
So early college is one of the things that is part of reimagining schools. So early college pathways is part of innovative pathways, and that is part of one of our district priorities. You know, innovative programming models, and that's all part of the Student Opportunity Act.
So it has to have early college components to its in it.
Early college is part of the big scheme of reimagining schools, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Great job.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the presentation. Really appreciate it. Thank you. We're going to take a brief recess.
Bye.
Oh, you had a question?
Let's get to it.
Here, please, and we'll move into new business and ask for the administration's recommendation on those 2 field trips.
Okay, we have a couple of field trip requests. One is for Pickering, grade 8, to go to Canobie Lake Park, Salem, New Hampshire, on June 17th.
Make a motion to approve the field trip request.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
The second is for Lynn English High School, MCJROTC, to Marine Corps National Competition in Daytona, Florida, May 2nd through May 5th, and I highly recommend this one. No, not that I didn't the other one, but this one's pretty
I
special.
totally agree with you.
They'll move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And we have some donations.
Do you want me to read them all, and you can approve them all, or do you have to do them
Sure.
individually?
No, we can do them.
Okay, we have a few donations. People are really, really being very giving in the world. So we have Young World Academy Incorporated to LVTI in the amount of $100. Snap Mobile Incorporated to LVTI in the amount of $1,143.35. Qdoba Restaurant Corporation to LVTI in the amount of $122.87, and Kings Lynn Residence Council to Callahan Elementary School in the amount of $2,000.
Motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you to all those generous donors. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next item is a vote to continue non-participation in school choice for school year 2025-2026.
This is an annual vote by school committee, so we're looking to hear from the committee what your wishes are in terms of school choice. We typically do not do school choice.
Make a motion to not participate in school choice for SY25-26.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Member Castellanos?
Yes.
Member Dugan?
Yes.
Member Gately?
Yes.
Member Pena?
Yes.
Member Reed?
Yes.
Member Sadowite?
Yes.
Mayor Nicholson?
Yes. Next is a vote for the last day of the school for 24-25 to be June 23rd as a half-day.
With the snow day, it moved our last day to June 23rd, and it is always a half-day, so we're just looking for approval to have that as the last day.
Can I ask?
Member Gately.
Okay, it's a Monday, but we have to go
We
that
have
day.
to.
It's
Yep,
that
it's the
180th.
180th day.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, done.
It's the wish of the committee.
So motion to accept June 23rd, 2025, half-day as the last day of school.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Member Castellanos?
Yes.
Member Dugan?
Yes.
Member Gately?
Yes.
Member Pena?
Yes.
Member Reed?
Yes.
Member Sadowite?
Yes.
Mayor Nicholson?
Yes. Next is Lynn Teachers Union, Local 1037, requests that a union leave of absence be granted to the union president for the 25-26 school year.
This is also an annual vote, and Sheila, I know, is retiring, but the position still would need to be approved by school committee.
Make a motion. Yeah.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Member Castellanos?
Yes.
Member Dugan?
Yes.
Member Gately?
Yes.
Member Pena?
Yes.
Member Reed?
Yes.
Member Sadowite?
Yes.
Mayor Nicholson?
Yes. Could I ask for a motion to amend the agenda to put the executive session last?
So moved.
Moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Communications.
Okay, first I have for you, Dr. Alvarez has asked me to share the district rankings letter that she received recently. Dear Lynn Public Schools community, first and foremost, I want to thank our students, educators, families, caregivers, and community members for your continued commitment to driving our district forward. We are seeing the results of instructional efforts during the past 2 years. Your hard work and dedication to student success make a difference, and I'm grateful for your commitment to our students. I'm writing to share an important update on our district's progress and the challenges we must continue to tackle together. The Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education has released its updated district rankings, which impact net school spending, caps for charter school enrollment, and decisions on Commonwealth charter applications. Lynn Public Schools ranking, while LPS remains in the bottom 10% statewide, we are making progress. Overall district rankings, LPS moved up from 5th from the bottom in 2024 to 7th in 2025, showing solid progress. Student growth rankings, we nearly tripled our rankings, rising from 12th in 2024 to 33rd in 2025. That is 175% growth in 1 year. Based on these metrics, it would take just 1 year to reach 30th place based on our students' current growth trajectory. If LPS maintains this growth, we may even exceed the current 30th place level and move higher in rank next year, assuming other districts' scores remain relatively stable. This remarkable growth reflects the dedication and perseverance of our educators, families, and most importantly, our students. At the same time, we must remain focused on the challenges ahead. Our achievement rankings, 5th from the bottom, which measures students' proficiency in core subjects, is still amongst the lowest in the state. While we celebrate our progress, we recognize that too many of our students are still not meeting grade level expectations. This reinforces the urgency of our work and the importance of maintaining high expectations for every learner. The implications, these current rankings have real implications for our district. In February, the Board of Education voted down the proposed expansion for KIPP Lynn, a decision influenced in part by our current standing. However, if Lynn remains in the bottom 10%, we will continue to face challenges. Future charter expansion proposals will arise, and the best way to strengthen our district's position is to keep students at the center of our efforts and decisions. Moving forward together, the path forward is clear. We must build on our momentum, accelerate our progress, and maintain committed to excellence. To exit the state's lowest 10% ranking, LPS needs to move up at least 23 more spots in the rankings. It is an ambitious goal, but one that we can achieve together. Strengthening curriculum and instruction, expanding targeted support for students and staff, and using data-driven strategies to ensure equitable outcomes is at the forefront of all that we do. Lynn Public Schools is rising, and that is a testament to the hard work of our entire community. Every teacher and leader who goes the extra mile, every family caregiver who supports learning at home, and every student who shows up every day and puts in their best effort plays a role in this progress. We are not just improving our rankings, we are building a stronger, more successful future for our students. Let's keep moving forward together. Our children deserve every opportunity to thrive in Lynn Public Schools and beyond. The future of Lynn is bright. With gratitude and commitment, Dr. Yvonne Alvarez. She also asked that I read her superintendent report. Dear LPS family, as we face another challenging budget season, I want to speak to you not only as your superintendent, but also as a fellow educator who understands the heart of our work. I acknowledge the fears of our community and the uncertainty of federal changes that threaten the existence of our beliefs and funding to support resources for students. Our schools exist for one reason: to serve students through meaningful, high-quality instruction. Every decision we make during this time must reflect that purpose. This year, we must focus on protecting what matters most, our classrooms. As you know, uncertainty at the federal level continues to cast a long shadow over public education. With shifting budget priorities, delayed funding decisions, and inconsistent support for critical programs such as Title I, IDEA, and school nutrition services, school districts nationwide struggle to plan clearly and confidently. These challenges are not abstract. They affect our neighbors and peers. Due to budget shortfalls, local districts such as Revere, Chelsea, and Salem have already been forced to reduce staff and delay initiatives for the 25-26 school year. We see program reductions and growing concern over maintaining academic progress with fewer resources. Our district is not immune. While we have taken proactive steps to ensure instructional quality remains our top priority, we too are having to make difficult decisions. The rationale is clear. We must protect the classroom when forced to make reductions. Data and a single principle guide every decision to preserve the integrity of instruction and ensure students continue to learn from certified, capable educators. As we plan for the months ahead, I request your continued support and advocacy for school funding. Your voice matters more than ever. We must work together to communicate our needs to legislators and community stakeholders. Our students, families, and staff deserve stability, and they are looking to us for leadership during this uncertain time. I appreciate your dedication to this district and standing with us as we prioritize students in every decision. With respect and gratitude, Dr. Alvarez.
Great, thank you. Now looking for a vote to go into executive session to approve executive session minutes from March 27, 2025, and for contract negotiations with non-union personnel, Kevin Q, Heaven Fabiano, and principals.
So moved.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Member Castellanos?
Yes.
Member Dugan?
Yes.
Member Gately?
Yes.
Member Pena?
Yes.
Member Reed?
Yes.
Member Satterwhite?
Yes.
Mayor Nicholson?
Yes.
wish I had a scarf.
Oh, boy. This thing really doesn't.
Oh, my goodness.
Opposed, ayes have it. We have one vote to report, which was a motion to approve a contract for the principal of the Frederick Douglass Collegiate Academy with a base salary of $147,000. Is there a motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Principal contract for Heather Fabiano, the principal of Frederick Douglass Collegiate Academy, with a base salary of $147,000. And we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Roll call?
Member Castellanos?
No.
Member Dugan?
Yes.
Member Gately?
Yes.
Member Pena?
Yes.
Member Reed?
Yes.
Member Satterwhite?
No.
Mayor Nicholson?
Yes. And that being the end of the
Motion to
agenda.
adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?